calls you baby all the time. Surely you can take some comfort knowing that you're mine. Just hold
So allow me to first say thank you for asking me to be a part of your day. It's an honor and a blessing for me to be here. People ask, what do I get to do for a living? And I say, can you imagine I get to hang out with two people on one of their happiest days at some of the most beautiful locations. And the upside, nobody ever yells at the ministers, so we're good. I don't know if you're aware of this. If you were to look in Webster's dictionary, it defines the word elopement quite simply as running away with one's beloved. So you two are the actual true definition. Right. No family, no friends, just the two of you. And my wife is probably over there laughing because she would say, it's the old vicar and his wife going to witness and make the moment happen. So, again, thank you. And with her here, I have to be a little careful what I say, because I always share with my couples that up until 11 years ago, I shared with each couple on their wedding day rules and regulations about marriage. Now, I need to be honest with you. I thought these were some pretty awesome rules and some great regulations. Now, I told you that ended 11 years ago. See, 11 years ago, I got married. My wife, she came down the aisle. She joined me at the altar, and unbeknownst to me, she had her own rules and regulations about marriage. So, Matt, I hope you don't mind if I tell you that was the day I learned the word compromise. I actually follow all of her rules and regulations about marriage, but it was on that day that I realized it's not my job to tell anybody what I think is right or wrong. You see, you've already been led by example. So, since that very day, allow me to share with you kind of a refresher course of the information you already have. First, let me share with you the important role of family. From the day you were born, they were tasked with the responsibility to share with you the virtues the two of you would need in order to make this moment happen. They shared with you the virtues called love, loyalty, respect, trust, but most importantly is understanding. Now, this foundation began the day the two of you met and with nurturing came to this moment. Then you have friends. Now, although not responsible to share with you the virtues, it was their job to share with you, kind of a honing skills between the two of you as individuals that would lead to this day. And then there's legality, and that, of course, is the marriage contract the two of you now enter into. Cannot be approached lightly, but thoughtfully, seriously, and with a deep realization of its obligations and its responsibilities. With those words said, that's when I tell you to quit looking at me and remain looking at each other. This moment is now about the two of you, and if you don't know it by now, you soon shall. That human touch the two of you share actually says more than any words, and as you look into each other's eyes, I know you've heard the expression, eyes are the windows to your partner's soul. It is a true statement, and for the next few moments, your eyes will actually confirm and validate the words that come from your hearts and the words that will cross your lips. Matt, with those words said, I ask you now, will you take this woman whose hands you now hold, choosing her alone to be your wedded wife, and will you live with her in the true state of matrimony? Will you love her and comfort her through the good times and bad times, in sickness and in health, honoring her at all times as you remain faithful only to her?
Yes, I do.
Chrystal, will you take this man whose hands you now hold, choosing him alone to be your wedded husband, and will you live with him in the true state of matrimony, love him and comfort him through those good times and in those bad times, in sickness and in health, honoring him at all times as you remain faithful only to him?
I do.
If you now repeat after me the following. Chrystal, I take you to be my wife.
Chrystal, I take you to be my wife.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you.
In good times and in bad.
In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
I will love and honor you.
I will love and honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
I do give you an opportunity to speak openly to your bride if you wish. You don't have to, but I do give you the opportunity.
It's too much pressure.
Gotcha.
Off the top of my head.
And I usually have a hanky on hand, and for the life of me, I don't know what to do. Hey, Chrystal, if you'll repeat after me. Matt, I take you to be my husband.
Matt, I take you to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you.
In good times and in bad.
In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
I will love and honor you.
I will love and honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
You may speak openly if you wish.
You're my best friend, and I love you so much.
Love you too.
If I can have your rings, please. So I hope you don't mind if I share with you again more of my past, and that is that I got really tired of holding up wedding bands at this point of the ceremony and saying what the minister always says, the circle without beginning, circle without... So I gave up on that a long time ago, but I actually fall back on something my daddy taught me. He said that sometimes the simplest in description will always be best. So allow me to share with you that the wedding band is a symbol of wholeness, perfection, peace, but I think most importantly it's unity. I think the best way I can describe a wedding band, it's an outward and visible sign of an inward and spiritual bond that unites you. Matt, if you'll take this ring, place it now on her left hand. I'd like you to hold it there, and as you do, just simply repeat after me. Chrystal, I give you this ring.
Chrystal, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of our marriage.
It's a symbol of our marriage.
For today and tomorrow.
For today and tomorrow.
And for all the days to come.
For all the days to come.
Wear it as a sign.
Wear it as a sign.
Of what we have promised.
Of what we've promised.
And done on this day.
And done on this day.
Chrystal, if you do the same. Place that now on his left hand. Hold it there and also repeat after me. Matt, I give you this ring.
Matt, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of our marriage.
As a symbol of our marriage.
For today and tomorrow.
For today and tomorrow.
And for all the days to come.
And for all the days to come.
Wear it as a sign.
Wear it as a sign.
Of what we have promised.
As what we have promised.
And done on this day.
And done on this day.
Now I'm going to have the two of you become a little romantic. Now, Matt, I do need to remind you this will not be the kissing part yet, as much as you think it's going to be. If you'll join your left hands together. Now join your right hands together and get real close without kissing. And allow me now to share with you, kind of a reminder of what the two of you have really now done. On your left hand, the both of you now have a band, that outward and visible sign that we spoke of. No matter where the two of you travel in the world, alone or together, others are going to see this as a universal symbol that you've given the ultimate promise and will respect it. Now, I know you've given gifts to each other for various reasons. A birthday, an anniversary, a holiday, maybe even simply just because. Even today, you've given and received a gift. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You add up all those gifts given and received. They're actually immeasurable to the real gift. See, the gift is now being held in your right hand. Everything you were, everything you are, and now everything you shall ever be is in your right hand. This comes with a big responsibility, and I'll share with you a small piece of advice that I too follow. If there's ever a time in your marriage where things get rough, can't see eye to eye, can't even agree to disagree, one of you have sense enough to take the first step back, look down on the ring on your hand, remember this moment in time, but most importantly, the promises you made. And there you do have a marriage that can and will last a lifetime. Thanks for not kissing. You wanted to participate in the sand ceremony. I know, you did well. So, I don't know if you're familiar with the sand ceremony or not.
So the candles.
It's a little bit. So what I'm going to do is share with you just a small story, kind of bring you into the full circle of the sand ceremony. And it's quite simple. Back in the European churches, long before we knew the earth was round, you remember that from school? We celebrated in unity during a wedding ceremony. And traditionally it would be the candles, as you mentioned. Two side candles would be lit prior to the ceremony, showing a blessing, so to speak, from the families that the union is okay. Following the exchange of vows and rings, the couple would then light the center candle, extinguishing the two side candles, and showing two becoming one. Well, found out later, of course, the earth wasn't flat, it was round. And we found out that other cultures celebrated in unity during a marriage ceremony. One was called the water well ceremony, and the other is the sand ceremony. Now, I like both those better than I actually like the unity candle, and I'll tell you why. See, the two of you have not now separated yourself from your family and friends to begin your life anew as one. The two of you are actually bringing together two sets of families and two sets of friends to begin your life anew as one with a whole lot of support. So, no matter what your intention, your plans, how you're going to pour separately, together, I leave that up to you, and I invite you to make the unity happen. Matt, the best thing I can tell you is do whatever she says.
First.
And don't worry, we all know this takes quite a bit of time, so... Whatever you do, let her get the last word. That's all I can tell you. See, leave it right there. No. So we'll take these, and we'll take those. So what I'm going to ask you to do, no matter where you make your home in the future, a large and elegant home or a small and graceful one, I want you to find a place for this container and share it with your family and friends and let them know that this is a blending of your lives together. Let it be kind of a daily reminder of what happened here today. The most important part is the two of you have made promises to share your lives together. Kind of important. Now, I hope you don't mind if I share with you, there's actually a small blessing that comes with this, similar to the Unity candle, but simply says, as long as it would take one man now to pull each individual grain of sand out of this container and put it back into its original container, is as long as your marriage shall last. That's pretty much a lifetime. So you're pretty well covered. So go ahead and join your hands together. I don't know if you know this, but if a plane flies over on your wedding day, that's a sign of good luck. So you're covered. One thing for me left to do really is to share with you some kind of, advice. I hope you don't mind if I don't try to tell you what to do and what I think is best, but I'd like to share with you a recipe for a good marriage that I've shared with every couple. Simply, the recipe after all this time is not based on its easy ingredients that I'll share with you, but what I'll ask you to do is go to your family and friends, and whether they've been married a week or 100 years, believe it or not, they do have an ingredient for this recipe. All you have to simply do is go ask them, what's the one thing that makes your marriage wonderful? And then you add it to your ingredient list. Now, to start it off, I hope the two of you add friendship to your marriage. Base that on a mutual trust. Of course, now I want you to have trust in your marriage and base it on that friendship. I hope you'll add awareness to your marriage. Be aware there is no promise of tomorrow, so live each day to its fullest. Understanding is the key ingredient. You need to understand as the years go on, your interests and desires may not be the same, so support each other in whatever it is that makes the other one happy. Now, being from the Midwest myself, my mama had some pretty funny sayings. One of them was, rainbows will always follow rainy days. As a small boy, I didn't get it, but when I grew up, I understood that word is called foresight. I hope you'll add that to your marriage recipe. Now, Matt, I know I don't know you at all, but I know men. Deep down inside of you, you still have that little inner child that pops out every once in a while and gets you in trouble. That would be called imagination. Keep that one alive in your marriage. And I hope you don't mind if I share my favorite ingredient. It is mirth from your sense of humor. So trust me, if I've learned anything, every good marriage needs a good sense of humor. Now, the other two you already have. It's going to be the top two shared. I too will share it. Do me a favor when you keep hearing it. Add it in overabundance. Don't discard it because it's already in the recipe. Happiness. I hope you find it making each other happy. Of course, the other one's love. And I hope you find it continuing to love one another. So, by the power vested in me by the church, you've stood here before one another. You've made promises and sealed that with a gift. I have been given the right to give you the most honorable title a man and woman hold on earth. It is now husband and wife. Now, I know you've kissed already a bunch of times, so today you're going to make this one a little different. Chrystal, these are no longer the hands of simply your best friend. Matt, these are no longer hands of just a partner. Your husband and wife. Can I ask you to make this kiss a seal to a promise? The moment is made sacred by your courage. It is now blessed by your love. Time for your ceremonies all over, but time for living this commitment has begun. If I'm asked, I'm going to tell everybody you are now well and truly wed. Matt, congratulations. Chrystal, I know. Just smile, church, and you are now husband and wife. Sound 7. Yay! Gorgeous girl.